17 times 8 is 136 buckets. 8,000. 17 times 8,000. 136,000 millibuckets. And each redstone dust is 100 millibuckets, so I need 1,360 redstone dust. 151 blocks plus 1 dust. So 2 dust plus 143 blocks. 128, 130, 140, 143. Okay. That should be enough.
No.
That's going to take forever. But we'll let it run. Meanwhile, I needed 17 of this, which means I need 4 times 17. That's 68. 68 of each of these. A flux electron plate is flux electron, so I need 136. 136 fluxed electrum ingots.
Oh, that's definitely good.
Which are electrum, redstone alloy, and pyrotheum dust. Oh, we've got loads.
Right.
We've got loads of the stuff. It's not. We don't need to make that manually. Do you need to make the resonant flux pack? Oh, it's going to need another leather strap. Yay.
Oh, come on.
I don't want to make another leather strap. I guess I'm going to need 2 of them.
Extract on magenta.
Yep, I'm going to need 2 more leather straps.
That's not working. How do you know how I can empty a chemical infuser?
No.
I put an electrolytic separator next to it so it's filled it with hydrogen when I don't want hydrogen in it. And there's no obvious way to take it out.
I need 8 imp leather scraps, buffalo hide scraps, sugar, and stalactite. Goodness knows why stalactite's in this recipe.
Alright, let's make another chemical infuser. Oh, tanks are expensive though. There we go. Right.
Right, and then I also need 8 treated leather. Leather, flint, lime dye, and water.
That's not where I wanted it to be. Okay, deuterium. That's better. You go with that. Don't need that.
And then a
So let's
bucket.
see.
I only have 4
Bonus.
buckets that are empty. Also, the water is downstairs, which is a bit annoying. Oh, you can, it's useful to know. Guess it wouldn't have helped in ozone, but if you're holding a stack of containers, so if you're holding like 16 buckets, you can fill them all at once from the computer.
Ah,
Just with one click.
that's useful.
It wouldn't. I was thinking that would have helped in ozone, but it wouldn't have because the fuel canisters I needed to fill from the computer when we were going to space
Didn't stack.
don't stack, and that was the only
Yeah.
thing I was using the computer for. That's the only fluid I was getting out of the computer, really.
Yeah. Right.
Why was I making grains of piesality? Because I needed another chassis.
Probably. Right. Replace that one.
I'm doing so many crafts at the same time that I keep losing track of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right. Leather straps. Let's make 2 of them.
There we go. So that's that. So now, for the Steam of Estonia, I am up to DT Fuel. So now I just need to make steam. Why is steam the hardest thing to make? Where's my clipboard? So, I've done the separating deuterium and tritium are set up for DT Fuel. So I've got the PLC ready.
Oh, right, what's it? Flux.
So,
I already had a hardened energy cell.
daytime. Let's go put this in for the daytime.
Right, I've made a hardened flux pack. I need hardened electrum glass. Really specifically hardened electrum glass?
Probably. Some recipes do specify.
I mean, we have everything except electrum blend.
If you just crush down an electrum ingot.
Yeah, it's just crushing electrum. Just crush half a stack of the stuff. We have a pulverizer here. Just chuck it in there.
We now have DT Fuel.
Slowly melted down my redstone. How are the grains of infinity doing? Got 30 out of 128. It's not quick. Right, electrum gears. Based on what I'm learning, kind of running out of electrum. And I stand by that actually, we are running out of electrum.
But we don't often use a lot of that, so I don't think I've prepared too much.
I mean, we've got 1,000 and we've got 100 blocks of it, 150 blocks of it, so we're not too short, but I'm getting through it reasonably quickly.
Yeah.
Right, now I need to fill this with 2,400 destabilised redstone, which means 24 redstone dust. Or 2 blocks and 6 dust.
That is safe to go on there because it's not that.
That's going to be just 24 dust.
So we are just on steam. So one of these for steam, one of these for no, it's fine. Oh, that's fine. Okay. So what's that? Thermal.
Lux pack. Then the top tier one needs an energy cell resonant, which needs a resonant cell frame, 1,
2, 3,
which I can make. I need to fill this with 4,800 redstone, which is 48 dust, or 5 blocks and 3 dust.
Right, steam boiler time. 1 superheating element.
I'm getting through the redstone quickly as well now, because I'm just melting like 2 stacks of redstone blocks down.
We've got 161,000 redstone. I think we might be okay.
Yep.
So one superheating element. Was it one pressure disperser? One pressure disperser. Three boiler valves. Don't know why.
The armour, which is Inderium, Invar, Bronze.
Casing. That'll do. 31 boiler casing. That's fine because it's going on the valves. Perfect amount.
Do you remember what the end goal of this Modpack is?
Yeah, to unlock our angelic potential or something like that.
Oh, it's to open the bag of truth.
Yeah, it holds our angelic potential, from what I remember. It's something like that. Right, does this quest book tell me how to build a steam boiler?
Don't steal my armour plating this time.
Okay.
I'm
Steam
talking to the
boiler.
computer.
It's equally likely that you could be talking to me.
Yeah.
Right, steam boiler. Follow the directions below or watch this video tutorial. The build takes a minute and a half. Right, 3x3 base platform with the boiler casings. I can do that. 1, 2,
Right.
3.
So for yours, I'm waiting on another stack and a half of Grains of Infinity. And for mine,
while.
I'm waiting on a load of redstone to melt down.
Okay.
Right. What else do I need for yours,
The little block.
other than the Grains of Infinity? I will need 2 reinforced glider wings.
Place boiler casings around the superheating element.
Now, that means I need 6 more dark solarium ingots. Dark steel and solarium.
From
Boil your troubles away.
that side. So the same again.
What else do we need? 6 conductive iron armour plating. This means I need 60 conductive iron.
Place a pressure disperser on the top of the superheating element.
And 6 of these, which means I need 30 of these.
So it's
Silicon in the compactor.
add a final layer of boiler casings on top. So why don't you have to make 3 valves? So you need 2 touching.
I'm getting there slowly.
Right. Have this. No, do it have that stuff right. So that's what this side because it's next to an existing cable.
I'm not going to have done much today in terms of progress, but I am making it a lot easier for us to get around.
I mean, that is still very useful.
I would have loved a jetpack when we went to the Erebus.
Yes.
Bit frustrated that it was locked behind the Erebus, to be honest.
Aha. Right. I've made a steam boiler. I think.
Sounds useful.
How does this work? Right. Pump water into the valve touching the superheating element to fill up the boiler with water. Use either a fuel wood heater or a resistive heater to add heat to the boiler. The cables can be attached anywhere on the boiler except on glass.
I've just looked at some of the recipes that you need a dark solarium thruster for.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just your your dark solarium jet plate.
Okay.
They're also needed in rocket fins. So the Galacticraft rocket is very expensive nowadays.
Okay.
They're needed to make a powered spawner. They're needed in a sapphire accelerator along with cheesy wafers. which are literally Galacticraft wafers made of quantum discs and cheesy silicon.
Okay.
They are also used in an elite crafting table, 6 of them, along with a load of other things, to make a satellite builder in planet progression, used to build satellites.
I mean, that sounds kind of cool. I'd like to do that.
That seems to be a Galacticraft add-on where you can make satellites.
Okay. Right.
Not seen that before. Anyway, back to your chest plate.
The temperature of the boiler is increasing.
Another ender crystal, which means I need another enderman.
Right. Now the question is, does the steam count as a liquid or a gas? Because it could be either.
I think we did have an enderman vial spare. Yes, we did, thank goodness. I don't have to go back to the end again.
Right, if I change that to white.
Don't suppose you can make grains of vibrancy back into a... No, you can't. Cool. Got grains of vibrancy when you need it.
Okay.
I accidentally put my vibrant crystal in the wrong machine. It's an easy mistake to make.
Right, apparently, steam is a liquid, not a gas. Physicist.
Yeah.
Gas. I can understand.
I think that one might be partially down to a really old Forge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mods added steam long before the concept of gases were used. So originally it wasn't liquid, it was fluid. And a gas technically is fluid. Kind of.
Yeah.
I know it's not. But Minecraft logic.
Yeah.
So gases were fluids. There weren't many gases. They were all considered fluids. Steam was one of them.
Yeah.
I would suspect, because Forge then went in and went, oh, okay, we'll make compatibility, so we'll have a universal of each fluid.
Yeah.
Like molten copper or whatever. And it's like, oh, a couple of mods are using steam. Okay, we'll have a universal steam. And it was set up as a fluid. Then later, Mechanism came along and added gases. But steam was already hard-coded as a fluid for every other mod. So...
yeah.
I assume that's how it's happened, because that's how a lot of things happened with Forge.
Yeah. Right. What is the best way to trash a gas?
To what now, a gas?
Trash. Get rid of.
Trash.
Dispose
Have
of.
we got a trash can for it?
There's a trash can for fluid. Or
Might
energy
work.
or item. It doesn't. I tried it. The best thing I can think to do is get a condensator and condense it back into a liquid. And dispose of that. But that sounds painful.
I'm wondering if there's like a gas vent or something to just vent it into the atmosphere.
I mean, I feel like that could go very, very badly if we're not careful.